Well, hey YouTube, welcome back to my ham radio journey. I am Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. Guys, I just want to talk today a little bit. I'm going to give you a demonstration of how to install this. So, just to start off, my friends at GoZizu sent me another package, okay? So, again, just to be clear, I didn't pay for this. GoZizu sent me this package. So let's see what's in that package and start I'm not going to tell you just yet. But let's see what's in the package and get going right after this. Okay guys, so let me just readjust the camera here a little bit in my traditional fashion here in the garage. And we'll see what GoZizu actually sent me in this package, okay? The one thing I can say about this company, when you order off of Amazon, guys, you're going to have very, very fast shipping, okay? This product will be in the description below, along with some of its counter products, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second here. Very non-descriptive box here, right? Really, there's not much description on the box at all, actually. It is made in China, okay? So that's where it's coming out of. And let me see if I can't get some... I need a screwdriver. Well, let me get a screwdriver there to open this box up. So, let's take a look at this thing, okay? This is something I've been wanting at the house anyway. And when the company... when I actually contacted the company about another product, one of the antenna tuners, I asked them about this antenna, this is what's in here, and they said, sure, we're going to send it out because I've been needing one for the house anyway, okay? So what this is, if you can see this, it's a multi-band end-fed half-wave antenna, okay? This antenna, we're going to pull it out of the bag here. That's a really nice carrying bag. Now, would you use this for POTA? Probably not, because I can tell you one thing, it's pretty heavy, okay? This actually has instructions in here. Let me see if I can read this. Okay, so it's saying the antenna itself, the antenna is composed of a 1 to 49 or a 1 to 64, okay? This particular model that I picked out is a 1 to 64, or we'll call it 64 to 1. All right? And it covers all of the bands. It doesn't tell you on here, but I can go through and tell you that it does cover, I don't think it covers 6. I'm not really sure about that, but it does cover 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 30, 40, and 80 meters, okay? So what is that? 8 bands, okay? So it may also cover 6. I don't know that, and my antenna tuner is not going to allow me to check that. Because once I set this up, you guys know I have a spare coax going to my radio room here, the ham shack, as you will, or computer room, I like to call it. So I'll take the RigExpert and hook the coax to it once I get this antenna in the air and see what kind of SWRs we're getting out of it, because it says it doesn't need a tuner, okay? Now, if you want to talk about a complete system, they do send you rope. Okay, so we got a lot of rope here. I don't know exactly how much, and I'm not going to measure it, but there is rope. And here is your transformer. There's the bands. Yeah, it does not do 6. So it's 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 30, 40, and 80. Okay. The reason I need this, obviously you guys know by now, I do have the hex beam on the garage roof. And the hex beam is covering 6, 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20, I have the My antenna end-fed half wave, but that one only covers 10, 15, 20, and 40. So what I was looking for is I need an antenna in there to cover 30 meters because I love 30 meters. You guys know that. And I also want to cover 80 meters. But being it's a 1 to 64 or 64 to 1, however you want to say it, I want to see if it has less noise. Okay. So this is the transformer. Let me see here. Oh, the power rating on this particular one is CW is 500 watts. Okay, so digital is 500 watts. Well, digital modes, I'm sorry, is 300 watts. CW is 500 watts. And SSB, for you guys with the amplifiers out there, it will cover 1,000 or 1 kilowatt. So that's why I chose this one. I wanted the beefiest one they have. But in the description below, there's going to be different models that you can choose from. The reason I want to put those down there is because they have them from 100 watts and they have different increments. Okay, this is the largest one they have. Now the wire itself, from my calculations, should be 130 feet of wire. And I can tell you it's very nice, very good gauge. You can see there is a coil on here, okay, a loading coil. So that's going to be up in the air. So my object is, when I take this thing out and stretch it out, I'm going to pull this up into the tree with the rope I have in the front of the house. Put my coax on there. Okay, the coax, the SO239 is kind of set back in there, so it's going to protect it from any weather from getting in the SO230 or the PL259, so it is set back in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the other camera, and probably this one, and I'm going to go outside and go up to the tree. First thing I have to do is lay the wire out, and then I'll show you after that point of getting this thing pulled up. And I hope I have enough room. Well, I have enough room in my yard, but I might have to go across a couple different trees to get there. So let's go ahead and get started with the installation. All right. For the first order of business, I have to get my actual pull cord that I leave out here untied from here. Why did I leave that on there? I don't even know. That ain't right. It's nice to have an extra pull cord. My wife still wants me to remove this from the front porch. And I have to say it. I'm going to have to do that at some point. All right. Okay, so seems I have an insulator on here. Again, this is just a temporary setup, but I'm using my mass strength rope again here. This stuff is really, really super strong, so we're going to use that to put this up. Again, I hope so anyway. All right. Allow me to get my coax. All right, turn this one this way. Let me get my coax here, and we'll get rolling along. Making sure this other one is recording. Yep, it is recording. Both cameras are recording. That's a bonus. Now, actually setting up, I want to try to have all these antennas running for the CQ Worldwide Contest, CQ-CW Worldwide Contest. I'm going to work it this year. My wife just happens to be going out of town that weekend, so I shall be all alone so I can work the contest. This coax I'm using, though, that I'm testing this with, the coax is a very cheap coax. Why am I using this? Because it's temporary, right? If I find out this is actually better than my antenna, I'm going to actually change out my antenna, and I'll just put this one up permanently. So That's my goal here. All right, again, I'm talking behind the camera. Sorry about that. Trying to see myself here to see where I'm at. Okay. All right, so there I am. Anyway, so my first step will be hang my coax around my neck so I know where that's at. They have the rope the wire really beautifully on there. Lay some more of this out. All right. Maybe right here, like so. All right. Tie the rope on it, on the transformer. This does have a very good strain relief. See this? Very good strain relief on there. Goes right to the back here though. So that's going to be getting weather, I would think. All right. So my goal here today is just to get this rope through here. Well, maybe. There we go. We're going to put it through the other side. Right there. Okay. Then why don't we just double it just to be sure. I'm going to go back through again. So this antenna, guys, could be configured any way you want. It could be an inverted V. You know, it is an end-fed half wave. All right, there we go. Tie some super duper knots in here. Because where I'm putting this right now, this part of my yard gets probably the most wind. And some of you guys are going to say, Jack, that's not a great knot. But it's going to have to work for me. I think I'm going to run it through one more time. Well, maybe. My wife asked me one time, how many antennas do you need? And I said, well, as many to cover all the bands, right? And I'm hoping this might even work with the automatic antenna tuner for 160. So who knows? All right, so I got this part of it done. Let's get the coax on here. And for now, I'm not putting any tape on this coax, but you can see, hopefully you can see this, where it is recessed, okay, up in there. So that's a nice design plan. So if you're building anything, it's nice to have it reset, okay, or recessed. Okay, let's try to pull this up in the tree without getting either one of these tangled. And we'll see where we're at here. So the feed point for this antenna is probably going to be up there. If you guys can see on the other camera where I'm pulling this, I would have to say 50 feet maybe. Maybe 50 feet. All right. It is pretty heavy pulling it up. Hopefully the branch I have it on is going to hold it. Standing on my coax, that's going to make it a little heavier. All right. All right, so I have it right at the limb. Right there. Let that side go. Get the rope on the other side here. because I got stuff going all over the place. Jack, you got a mess going on here, buddy. You do. You really do have a mess. What the heck? All right. So now I'm going to tie it off back down here. Try to show you as I go along here, guys. All right. We're going to need more. All right. Now all this other rope, oh, there we go. I think what I'll do is I'll wind it back up on my reel. All right, try to keep it at least a little nice because, as I said, the wife's out of town right now, but she will be home tomorrow. So, starting to think I don't want it around that gutter. I think that's going to be a bad idea. I'm going to have to retie this off, guys. Do some editing on my video here. I don't want to get too long. But like Walt says with him, he's one of those guys that goes out and actually shows you the antenna, shows you what he's doing, putting it up. And that's what I wanted to do with this video. I didn't want to just tell you about the antenna, because when I get in the back of the house there, I might be a little bit shocked by how long this wire is going to be. I did have a 203 feet wire up here at one time. Yeah, so you see where I went around this gutter right here? We're not going to do that. These are all brand new gutters, and I really don't want to mess them up. So I think what I'll do instead, I'll just go around the wood here. There, instead of going around the gutter. Okay, there. All right, that should hold it. I'll give you the final view here up in the tree. You see it up there. See the coax coming down right here, trying to keep them from getting tangled up. Where can I put the coax? Because the coax is already going in the house. All right, so I want it that way. All right. For now, right now, I'm just going to shove the coax around here, make a little loop. Okay. All right, guys. Now I'm going to do is pull that wire out there. You can see the coax. The coax goes up into my shack right there. Okay, right by that. Yep, the air conditioner's got to come out yet. Got to think where to have all this. And I'll figure that out once I get the wire hung down in the other tree, I hope. We'll see how far it has to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll the wire. I'm not going to show you that. And when I get down back, I'll take you guys down there and show you where I'm at. All right, let's make sure I'm recording. I am recording. Okay, so I have a spare rope in the tree. Here, I'll take you down and show you that too. So 2 spare ropes on my property, one in the front yard and one here, right here, okay? This is actually not great stuff. This is actually paracord, but it'll work for today's test. Let's see here. I wanted to get this video done when it was nice out. Plus, like I said, I want to get ready for that contest. Be able to test it out. Let's see here. It's going down. Oh, there we go, Jack. Oops. little twist in the wire up there. I mean the rope. Okay, good. Put that back in that tree there. Take the, you guys do that, look. I just left the insulators on there too. I don't need that. As I said, ropes do come with this antenna, so I would recommend that you use the ropes they send you with it. And again, like I said, there's one for each side is what they did. Just hoping I can get this up and away from the house. Like I said, it's a temporary setup right now, guys, so we'll see how it goes. See where the wire's at over here. Take you guys along with me. Be like, Jack, we're getting seasick, man. You're making us crazy. I gotta find it again. Where's the wire? Where is the wire at? I see it. It's way up there. See it? I cannot keep the camera to stay straight. There. Okay. All right. Here's the other insulator right here. Okay, this is the one that comes with it. I'm trying to get it through this little hole though. Oh, come on. You could use this antenna portable. I mean, especially if you're going to be out at a campsite or something like that, I would recommend you could do it. Just getting a knot again in the insulator here. Okay. All right, now to try to pull this thing into the tree and work it around. I have a thing up there. Let's see what I got here. I got a mess going on down here. It wanted around there, that's for sure. I got a branch it's stuck on. All right, because I gotta see if I can get it around this pole up here. Okay, I knew it'd get stuck right about there. So I gotta tie this off for a second. Tie that off for 1 second there. All right, so where am I stuck at? Let me show you where I'm stuck at. I'll show you. So I was trying to clear the house, and I've learned the last time, if I go around this pole here, I can clear the house. Let's take this out of here. Now hopefully we're ready to go up. Just stick it up there so we can see if we can't go up. I don't know what's in front of the house. All right, you guys are still, well, looking at the back camera there. You can see where the wire is going, I hope. It's not as high as I would like it to be for, particularly for 80 meters, but we'll see if we can't set that there. All right. might go under that branch too, maybe. But anyway, again, remember it's a temporary install, so we're gonna go for it here. All right. Anyway, it's not too bad. A little bit lower than my the my antenna, but it's not bad. And I just know from doing this before that I better get some kind of spring system on this. I think I got another spring and put a brick on it. All right. Again, I know some of you guys might be saying, Jack, that was a long video, and it may be, but hey, that's all part of the game here. All right. I don't like where it's going by the my antenna up there. Let's kick this camera off. Check this camera. It's still recording. All right. Yeah, I don't like where it's going, but for temporarily, for right now, it's going to have to serve its purpose. Because, let me show you where it's going here. I can't reach it anyway, but that's okay. It's not really touching it. It's just riding along the side of my antenna right there. See it? Right there. So it's a little bit under it. It's going from up there all the way down, and it's under the one above. That's the my antenna, and the one over there is the new Gazizu. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna go upstairs, hook a coax up to the RigExpert. Let's see what kind of SWRs we have, where it's sitting. Okay guys, we're back up in the shack. I didn't hook the coax to the radio or anything, I just hooked it to the RigExpert. And we're gonna go through the different bands, okay? Are you guys like me? I still need a band chart to tell me where I'm at, especially on the bands I don't use all the time. All right, yeah, Jack, you should have brought your glasses up here. All right, we're gonna start off with 10 meters. So let's set the frequency to 28. We'll do 040. I like to stay in the range anyway. I like to stay in the range of CW because that's where I work anyway. So we're going to just look at the SWR. There you go, 1.9. Okay, 1.9. Now remember again, very cheap coax, and the antenna is kind of up temporary, but that's not bad, right? 1.9. We can work with that. All right, let's go with the next frequency here. We're going to go with 12 meters. So 12 meters, let me set this again. It's going to be 24, 8, let's do 890, I don't know. No, 20, how about 24? Yeah, we'll do 895. 24,895. Okay. There's your SWR. You see that okay? Right? We're doing all right. It's 1.6. Okay, so that's good. That's 2 bands. Okay. Now we'll go to 15 meters. So we'll go to 21,050. Okay, so let's go to 21,050. Okay. 1.8. Okay. 3 bands. We're doing all right. See what it does on 17 meters. Set the frequency for 17 meters. So we're going to go, 17 will be 18,070. 18,070. Uh-oh, a little high there, guys. We're trying to 2.4, okay? So, still not bad, okay, because the ICOM 7300 will tune anything below a 3, but a 2.4, okay? But again, remember now, on these particular bands, I still have the hex beam that I can use. Okay, so what I'm looking for is 30 and 80. That's the big bands I'm looking for. I'm just showing you to see if this antenna will work for you. Okay, that's why I want to show this to you. So let's go to the next band here. So that was, so now we got 17 meters. Let's go to 20 meters. We'll go to 14050. 14050. Okay, it's a 1.8. Okay, definitely work with that. You don't need a tuner for that. So 20 meters is A-okay. That gives us what now? Wait, I lost count. So we had 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20. So that's 5 bands so far. Okay, 30 meters. Let's see what we can do here. 10, and I'll need to operate around 120. Okay, look at that, guys. 1.4, huh? We can live with that for sure. That's 6 bands. 6 bands. Okay, 40 meters. Let's go to 40 meters here. So we're going to go to 7. Now we'll go 7050. Nope. 50. Nope. No. 7. 7. 050. There we go. Look at that, guys. 1.2 on 40 meters. So it's doing a really good job on 40. Okay. So that gives us our what? 7 bands. Am I right? I think I'm right. Now we're going to try 80 meters. All right. Let's go to 80 meters. So 3.5. How about 3.5? 35.50. How about we do that? 3.550. And look at that. 80 meters. 2.3. That's good. Okay. Let's just try 0, 1, 8, 5, 0. Yeah, look at that. We're not going to do 160. Maybe with the external antenna tuner it might work, but I mainly wanted it to make 80 meters, and it's a success. So with that count, guys, you have with this antenna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 8 bands that are very usable with this antenna. Again, very cheap coax, but that's the way it works. All right, guys. Well, anyway, the Gazizu 10 through 80 meter end-fed half wave is showing that the SWRs are good. I'm going to hook it to the radio and see if I can't make some contacts. I'm not going to record that, but I'll tell you in a future video how it went. Again, this one is for the SSB 1 kilowatt. The CW is 500 watts, and digital, for you digital guys out there, 300 watts. So there you have it. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you did, why not hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed? If you are, thank you for subscribing. I could say sorry for the long content of this video, but I'm not going to apologize because I wanted to show you all the steps that I went through to throw the antenna up in trees there and get it into the house. But thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And again, if you enjoyed the video too, hit the thumbs up. Guys, this is my ham radio journey. This is Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. 73s, hope to catch you on the airways. Bye for now, guys. Take care.